Shana Tova, everyone. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started, but I'm going to actually teach you a new greeting because this season we have lots of different greetings that we can say to one another. We can say to one another Shana Tova because we just had our new year last week, right? We can also say Good Yontif. Can you all try saying that? Good Yontif. And Good Yontif means it's Yiddish for good Yom Tov, and Yom Tov is a holiday, so it's like saying happy holidays is a good way to say that. So when somebody says to you, Good Yontif, you can say back, Good Yontif. Wonderful. So you might notice, for those of you who were not with us on Rosh Hashanah, we have new prayer books that we are using this year. We are very excited for them. Excuse me. And for everybody who's in the room who can read, please feel free as we're going through to peruse, to look through, to find readings that you might connect with as well, because we have lots and lots of different ones. But tonight, we are going to begin on page 4. Tonight is a sacred and holy night for the Jewish people and for us. Tonight, Jewish people all around the world stand before God. Tonight is Kol Nidre, the eve of Yom Kippur. Kol Nidre is different from Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is also a holy time, a time to eat good food and to celebrate. But at Kol Nidre, adults stop eating sometimes for 25 hours, and we come together to work. We begin the special work of saying we are sorry to our family and friends, and we stand before the Torah to ask God to forgive us too. We are going to continue on page 6, singing Hine Ma Tov.
Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine ma tov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine ma tov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad.
We're going to continue on page 11. Let's read together slowly. From the vastness of outer space issues a plan to separate sea, sky, and sand. But how to give form to the night? Take a breath, make a wish, and say, let there be light. Let there be light. Tonight, tonight, tonight.
On page 13, we're going to read this responsively, meaning that I'm going to read first and then you all are going to read afterwards. The shofar is a wake-up call. Let's read together. Like an alarm clock beeping to rouse you from sleep, or a bird chirping to accompany the morning light. The shofar is an alarm bell, ringing out loud when you've burned your toast, making your heart thump loudly in your chest. The shofar is a question. What does the new year hold for me? The shofar is a shout. The new year is here. The shofar is a mitzvah. Listen, wake up, get up. Let us stand together and announce this important day. One of the ways that we announce this most important day is with our prayer Kol Nidre. And Kol Nidre, you can find the words for it on page 18, is a prayer that helps us to get ready to say, I'm sorry. And that helps us to say, I know maybe I didn't do everything that I had hoped to do in the year that just happened, and that's okay, because now I have a new year to try better and to try my hardest. So what I would like to do is I would like to, in a moment, invite all of our younger friends who want to come and hold a Torah while I take a big Torah out of the ark to come up onto the bima with me. We're going to open the ark and we're going to stand up as Marla sings a part of Kol Nidre. Please rise, and if you would like to come up and get a Torah, you can come and get one. Who said they wanted a red one? I want a red one. You want a red one? I can grab one for you. Here you go. Oh, thank you. That was very nice. Good job. Got some extra cloth.
Sorry, we have some.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here you go. We have lots and lots of Torahs. So many Torahs. We have Torahs. Sorry, the cloth.
We have, it's okay if they're falling off. Let's
You have a Torah.
Is that for your sister?
Okay.
Okay.
You get to hold a Torah. You get to hold a Torah. If anyone needs a cloth, we have cloths. Who else needs a Torah? There you go. Torah. There you go. Who needs a Torah?
It's okay. Thank you.
We're out on this side. More on that.
We only have 4 more. Can you grab these fabrics? Here. Sorry. Let's give one.
That's all our tiny Torahs. Oh, here. Cloths. We give them to our tiny friends.
That one. Okay.
Here. Yeah.
I'll leave it open. Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to take a look together on page 18. As you hold your Torah, and you hold it tight, notice how the Torahs are covered in white, and the beautiful Torah that Rabbi Weiner is holding is covered in white and gold, just like the robes the rabbis wear. This melody that I'm about to sing is an ancient melody. That means it's super old. It's an old melody, one that's been passed down from generation to generation, a special melody. If you know it, you can hum along too. But we're going to listen to just a little bit of this special and sacred melody, Kol Nidre. Kol Nidre ve'esarei v'charamei ve'konamei v'chinui v'kinusei u'shavut
We are going to put the Torahs back in the ark, and then we will continue with the Baruch Hu. So anybody who has a Torah can come up. We'll put them away. We're going to continue to stand because the Baruch Hu is a standing prayer. big one first. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, I thought I went to that tiny cabin.
They do, but for the reach in there and put it right. No, you're fine. No.
Oh, these ones, yeah. We'll bring them back until the holidays. But yes, happy to show you where you can find your own Torah. Although, consecration, students will receive their own Torah.
But it's not like one. It's
Yeah,
like
on consecration, you'll get your own Torah. Hold on to it, Ari. Okay, we're good.
We are going to continue on page 20 with our call to worship. That means get ready to pray on page 20, the Baruch Hu.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la,
Please be seated. We are going to continue by singing Roll into Dark on page 23. And I know some of our friends know the hand motions for that. Is there anybody who might be willing to come help me? Yeah, you want to come up? Anybody else who knows the hand motions who wants to come up? You can come up and help show the hand motions. Yeah? All right, we're going to sing Roll into Dark. If you know those hand motions, we got lots of friends who know those hand motions. Come on, come help us.
Here we go. Ready? Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Boreyo la golel armi pnei choshech, golel armi pnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Toda Rabbah to all of our friends. Thank you so much. You can go and take a seat. We are going to continue singing the Shema, which can be found on pages 26 and 27. And the Shema is one of those prayers that we have lots of different melodies for, but on the high holidays we have a special melody that tells us that it is the high holidays. And so when we sing the Shema tonight, we're going to sing it with our high holiday melody. So please turn to page 26 and rise for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad, Baruch, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We are going to continue on page 31. There's a story about two Israelites crossing the Sea of Reeds. Having escaped Egypt, the friends trudged through the mud. As they stepped over jagged shells and avoided displaced jellyfish. Who has a jellyfish? Does anybody have a jellyfish? No? You have a jellyfish. There you go. So we have all these sea creatures, right? As they displaced jellyfish, they couldn't stop complaining. My new sandals are going to get ruined. I cut my foot on a starfish. They were so focused on the mud that when they got to the other side of the sea, they realized that they had completely missed the miracle happening around them. This year, there will be moments that are less than perfect. There will be hard times that we have to do things that we would rather avoid. But even in the less than perfect moments, let's not miss the miracles taking place around us. Mi Chamocha is how we express our joy in a beautiful, miraculous moment. And so we continue singing Mi Chamocha on page 30.
Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora teilot osef eleh. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora teilot osef eleh. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
On page 39, our ancestors said, Hineni, when God called to them. They said, Hineni, to show that they were ready to do what was asked of them. They said, Hineni, when their parents called to them, and when their children called to them. They said, Hineni, when God asked them to leave their homes and journey to a new land. They said, Hineni, when they witnessed a miracle, and when they were asked to speak the truth. They said, Hineni, when God called them to go on a special mission, even when they were uncertain about the future. Even as God says, Hineni, so that we know that God is always with us.
We are going to continue. We're just going to sing the opening line of the Amidah, which is on page 38. We're going to stand and sing that together, and then we're going to take a moment for some quiet prayers that might be maybe having a whisper conversation with somebody next to you, or that might be sitting quietly and thinking or reading. So we are on page 38 for the beginning of our Amidah. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agi tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agi tehilatecha.
We continue now with just a moment of quiet prayer And when you're done praying or asking your questions or thinking, you can take a seat.
On page 45, what is holiness? Reb Nachman taught that we reach out in 3 directions: up to God, out to other people, and into our own hearts. The secret is that the directions are all truly the same. When I reach out to another person, I find myself and God. When I find God, I find others and the true me. When I find myself, I reach God and other people.
On page 46, we ask God, both in Hebrew and in English, to remember us. So I'm going to read a line of Hebrew, and then you can respond with amen. We're going to do that 3 times for different Hebrew, and then we're going to do the same thing but in English. Zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova, ufokdenu vo livracha, v'hoshienu vo l'chayim. Eternal, our God, remember us. Be mindful of us, and redeem us for a life of goodness and blessing. We continue now singing Ose Shalom on page 49.
Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
I know you all have been wondering, why do you have sea creatures? We're about to find out, because we are going to tell you a story. Some of you may know this story. It is the story of Jonah. Anybody familiar with Jonah? The story of Jonah? Do we have any Jonahs in the room? I know we have at least one. Anybody named Jonah in the room? Yeah, right? We're telling a story about you. Right? So we have a story. You all are going to be a part of the story, and you need to watch Miss Marla, because Marla is going to tell you when it's your turn to be a part of this story, okay? So Jonah was a Hebrew prophet in Israel a long time ago. The prophets are people who teach how God wants them to behave, sort of like parents for Jews. Jonah didn't really know, actually, that he was a prophet. Sometimes it just works out that way. But one day, God spoke to Jonah, and God said, Jonah, I need you to go to the city of Nineveh. They are not behaving there. Anybody ever been told they're not behaving? I've definitely been told that, yeah. They were not behaving. They're being mean to each other, and they're doing all sorts of bad stuff. I need you to go to Nineveh and tell them to shape up or ship out. Jonah did not like this at all. Jonah said, I don't care what God says. I don't want to go to Nineveh. I know what I'll do. I will get on a boat, and I will sail far away in the opposite direction of Nineveh. I'm sure God will have no idea where I'm going and definitely will not be able to find me. So Jonah bought a ticket for the boat. He went to his cabin and he went to sleep. He didn't really want to think about the fact that he had disobeyed God. But once Jonah was on the boat and the boat got underway, God sent a mighty wind over the sea. And the sailors on the boat were so scared. Has anybody ever been on a boat that sort of rocks like this? Yeah. It's not so fun, is it? Right? And imagine when it's rainy outside and it's storming and the boat is rocking like this, and they were so scared. So what did? They decided to start throwing things off the boat because they thought if they threw things off the boat, it would be safer that way. So they threw boxes and they threw food and they threw their clothes, all these things, but nothing seemed to help. And the sailors tried to pray to all of their gods, but they didn't really seem to help either. And so finally, in all of this, Jonah was sleeping this whole time, and Jonah finally woke up, and he realized what was going on, and he went to the captain, and he told the captain the truth. And Jonah said, I'm a Hebrew prophet who ran away from God. God sent this storm to tell me that I can't run away from my job. So if you want to be saved, you'll have to throw me overboard. Oh, I don't know that I would be brave enough to say that. Anybody think they might be brave enough to say that? Yeah, a couple people. I saw some hands right away up in the air. I think so. But the captain didn't want to do it. And so they tried to row for shore. But after a while, they agreed. And they said, okay, Jonah, we'll throw you overboard. And as soon as Jonah hit the water, the wind stopped and the sea quieted down. And the sailors were so relieved. But what happened to Jonah? Jonah was so scared. He went down, 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 down into the sea where, do we need some sea creatures? I think we need some sea creatures. Do we have any sea creatures?
Come under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea.
Oh, that's a big tarp. Do you want to? Yep. So we have, come on, you can come. We have all, and Jonah, do you all feel how crowded it is under the sea? Jonah was feeling like that too. Jonah was like going around, and he's like, oh. Jonah's thinking, I see a jellyfish. Does anybody have a jellyfish? And a lobster. Does anybody have a lobster? And a seal, and a dolphin, and a fish, and an eel, and a turtle, and what did I miss? Who has something I missed? A frog thing? A goldfish? An orca whale? Oh my goodness, there's so many different things. And Jonah said, look at all of these things. And do you know what happened while he was looking at all of these fish? A giant fish came by and went, and swallowed Jonah. A giant fish swallowed Jonah. He must be having a great life. And do you know what happened when the fish swallowed Jonah? The fish swallowed all of these fish also. So you all are now in the belly of the fish. And Jonah was so thankful to have been swallowed up and to be alive that he prayed to God and said, thank you. He said, oh God, you saved me from drowning. I promise that I will do what you want me to do, God. I will go to Nineveh. Hang on. Too many things to try to do all at once. God listened to Jonah's prayers and spoke to the fish who coughed Jonah up onto dry land, which means that all of our fish can go and sit down because we are back on dry land. All of our fish can go take a seat. Yes, we are. Well, the fish are still in the ocean. All of you as fish are back on dry land. Okay. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. All right. Do you all want to hear what happened after Jonah got coughed up by the fish? Yeah? All right. Jonah got up and he went to Nineveh. It was a really big city, and he said, I am Jonah the prophet. Here is a message to you from God. You have 40 days to clean up your act and fix your wicked ways. If you don't behave better, God will destroy your city. Right away, the people of Nineveh began to change. Led by their king, they started to pray and they started to fast like many of us might be doing. "Please forgive us," they said. "Please do not destroy our city." Things seemed to be going well for the Ninevites, but Jonah was so upset. He said, "Wait a second. They've been so bad and so wicked. Shouldn't they be destroyed for all the bad stuff that they did? I am just going to sit down right here and see what happens." So Jonah sat down in the middle, just outside the city of Nineveh, to see what would happen. It was a really, really hot day outside, like we had a couple of weeks ago, and he couldn't find any shade at all. But fortunately, in the middle of the day, there was a really nice big green vine that just grew right over Jonah. "Thank you, God," Jonah said, "for this lovely vine. It is so nice and shady." All night long, while Jonah slept, a little worm started to chew through the vine that had grown up. By the morning, the vine was all chewed up, and it fell down on top of Jonah. Now, Jonah, understandably, was really frustrated. Not only was the vine dead, but Nineveh was not going to be destroyed at all. Jonah began to suspect that God was going to forgive the people of Nineveh. Jonah was annoyed, and he told that to God. He said, "God, I did not want to go to Nineveh. I did not want to teach the Ninevites that you are kind and forgiving, because I think that you should have punished them. It is not fair of you to forgive them. Why won't you destroy their city?" And so here's what God answered. "Jonah, did you feel sad when the vine was eaten by a worm and died?" "I did feel sad," Jonah said. "My poor vine is dead." And God said, "Did you plant that vine?" "Well, no, but I really liked it." And God said, "Jonah, you loved a vine that you just met, a vine that you didn't even help to grow. Can you understand that I love the people of Nineveh, people that I created?" Jonah said, "But God, they're so badly behaved." "But Jonah, there are so many people in Nineveh. I created them all, and I want to forgive them and teach them to do better. If I destroy them, what will happen to all of the people who have asked for forgiveness and repented? Rejoice, Jonah, be happy. You have helped to save all of the people of Nineveh. Good job." "Dear God," Jonah said, "I've been so silly. I'm so glad that I was able to be your messenger." Just like Jonah, we can't always run away from the things that we need to do. On Yom Kippur, we remember how to be our best selves even when it's hard. Just like the people of Nineveh, God gives us a second chance on Yom Kippur, a chance to say we're sorry and a chance to fix our mistakes. On this Yom Kippur, I hope that we all have had a chance to do that and that we continue to try our best in this new year. And with that, we are going to continue on page 51. Let's read this all together. God, please forgive us for all the times we threw something away that we should have recycled. We used more than we needed. We did not protect the animals that you created. We were greedy instead of thinking of others. We did not share what we have. We did not give tzedakah or help the poor or the hungry. We did not take care of our earth and the people who live on it. Please forgive us, God, and help us to do more for our world. When we say these prayers, we have a lot of prayers that are alphabetical. That means it starts with the beginning of the alphabet. What's the first letter of the alphabet? Anybody know? I heard it. Who said it? An A, exactly. And what's the last letter of our alphabet? What is it, Anna? Z, exactly, right? And so we go from A to Z, or sometimes from Aleph to Tav in Hebrew, saying things that we're sorry for. So can we think of things that are in the first half of the alphabet, let's say like A through J, about things that maybe weren't our best this past year, where we could have done better? Maybe think of something that they did in this past year where they could have done better that starts with the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I, and J. Anybody have a thought? Oh, yeah. What'd you say? Oh, H for hitting my brother or hitting a sibling. Yeah, I see. Yep, Jordan. Oh, A for become angry. Some of us definitely become angry sometimes. That definitely happens. Anybody else have have a thought of something we could do? Yes. I'm coming around to you. Yeah. What do you think? But something that we could have done better. Oh, to clean. Maybe we didn't clean up so well and we need to do better to clean. Okay, I see Anna and Isaac's hands are up. Yeah, Isaac.
Battle your sibling.
What was that?
B for battle your sibling.
B for, what is it? Oh, battle. I heard value and I was like, that doesn't start with a V. Battle. That makes a lot of sense. Battle your siblings. Yes, sometimes we do battle our siblings. Yes. And don't beat up your siblings. Yes, I'm hearing lots about physical violence of things. I have 2 younger siblings. I understand this. Yes. Oh, sometimes we don't always care for others in the way that we should. That was a good one. So we have lots. Can we think of something now that starts with K through Z of ways that we hope to do better for next year? Positive things that we are excited to do better about next year? Can anybody think of one? Yeah, Sophie. Oh, sharing. Yes, we can share. Yep, Lizzie. Oh, playing better, like playing better sports, definitely. Yeah, Meredith? Z's a hard one. That's okay. Oh, that's an X. Emily, yeah. What was that? Be more. Oh, be more thankful. A T for thankful. Hang on, I'm going to get some of our friends on this side of the room. Do I see a hand back there? I'm coming to you. And then I'll come. Okay, Charlie, yeah. K for kindness, being kind. I love that. Oh, L for listen. We're going to be better listeners. Let's see if we have maybe 2 more. Yeah. Oh, T for telling on somebody that you don't really need to do. So maybe not always telling on somebody when we don't need to, right? Oh, yeah.
Patience.
Oh, patience. That is a great one. We have so many more. Here's what we're going to do. On the count of 3, I want everybody to shout out what it is that you're thinking about. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, my goodness. Those are so many great things. I hope that you continue to talk about these as you go home and as you experience Yom Kippur for the next 25 or so hours.
We're on page 58. Do you want us to rise? You want them to stand? Yeah, okay. We're on page 58, and let's stand up. We're going to stand because we're going to say some words together. We say Avinu Malkeinu, words that make us think of our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, the people that care about us, because God is like a parent or grandparent. So we say together, Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice. Avinu Malkeinu, we have missed the mark before you. Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and our families. Avinu Malkeinu, help us bring an end to sickness, violence, and hunger. Avinu Malkeinu, let our hands overflow with your blessings. Avinu Malkeinu, help us to write our names in the book of lives well lived.
Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Kanenu Vanenu, Ki ein Banu Masim, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, Ve'oshienu, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, Ve'oshienu.
And with that, we will say to you all, good Yontif. For our friends who have little sea creatures, you are more than welcome to keep them if you would like. If you do not want to keep them, please put them back in the box as you leave along with your machzorim. And we hope to see many of you at some point tomorrow. Good Yontif and Shana Tova.